Check, check. It's in. It's just very low. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Yeah, it's just low. Check, check. Check, check. Check. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check.
Can I ask everybody to take their seats, please? Can I ask everybody to take their seats? For people waiting on the chicken, it's going to be another 10 or 15 minutes. So please take your seats, then you can go back up as soon as it comes. Before we get started, those of you who are interested in the walking tour of the Lower East Side tomorrow, you will be meeting our tour guide, Brad Shaw, at Katz's Deli at 9 a.m. Again, for those interested, and everybody is welcome to go, please meet the tour guide, Brad Shaw, at Katz's Deli. I'm sorry, I don't have the address, but I'm sure it's Googleable at 9 a.m. It's a 2-hour tour of food, synagogues, and Jewish life in the Lower East Side. If you can take our seats so we can get started, that would be great. Again, if you could take your seats and turn your attention to me, that would be great. Can we get quiet in the room, please? Thank you. Let's get the banquet started, the awards part of the banquet started. Thank you. Again, for those who would like to do the walking tour tomorrow of the Lower East Side, 9 a.m. at Katz's Deli. Bradshaw is the tour guide, and it sounds great. It's from 9 to 11. You are all welcome. Just show up. Okay? Great. Thank you. Okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the American Jewish Press Association Simon Banquet Awards. I'm Ellen Futterman. I'm technically still president of AGA. I guess I'm outgoing president of AJPA, and I'm happy to introduce you to our new one. He'll be coming up here very soon. But let's start off with a big round of applause in appreciation for our conference planning committee for a wonderful conference that we've had in New York. Thank you. We're here to celebrate 45 years of excellence in Jewish journalism. Tonight is our opportunity to honor achievements in Jewish media for work done during 2025 by our accomplished AJPA member professionals. This evening is not just about recipients of tonight's awards, but about the work that we all do day in and day out. We create highly quality content in our publications that tell the truth and share the stories that define and strengthen our communities. The Rockower Awards are a competition with a variety of outside judges ranging from university journalism schools to major newspapers. Each year we welcome many new judges, and we'd like to thank them, along with the returning judges who gave much to the process of selecting our winners tonight. All judges, along with their bios, will be available in the AJPA website. Now I'd like to just say a few things as outgoing president. As my 3-year term comes to a close, I want to take a moment to thank you all. Serving this organization has been one of the great honors of my professional life, and none of which I would have accomplished without the support, commitment, and passion of AJPA's members. When I began the role, I could not imagine what lay ahead. Just a few months into my presidency, October 7th, 2023 changed everything. Overnight, Jewish journalists found themselves covering one of the most consequential and painful moments in modern Jewish history. Our members work tirelessly to inform, explain, and help their communities navigate grief, fear, anger, and uncertainty. During that time, AJPA became more than a professional association. It became a source of support, collaboration, and shared purpose. Despite those challenges, we continue to move forward. Together, we've held 3 successful conferences that's under my tutelage, bringing colleagues together to learn, share ideas, and strengthen the bonds that make this organization so special. This week's conference in New York is a testament to what we can accomplish when we work together. Just as importantly, we focused not only on the present, but on the future. We've developed a strategic plan to help ensure the AJPA's long-term sustainability and growth. And thanks to the generosity of Michael Steinberg, we've been able to engage Larry Levin to help turn that plan into action. His work will help us identify new funding opportunities, strengthen our organization, and grow our membership. At a time when journalism faces enormous challenges and Jewish communities are confronting unprecedented questions, deep polarization, and an increase in anti-Semitism, AJPA remains more important than ever. We are not simply preserving an organization, we are investing in the future of Jewish journalism and the communities we serve. I leave this role optimistic. AJA has talented leadership, dedicated memberships, and a clear vision for the future. I'm thrilled that Ami Eden will serve as president, and his slate of officers is incomparable. I'm excited where the strategic plan leads us. Thank you for your trust, for your friendship, and for your belief in this organization. The best days of AJPA are still ahead of us. And now I'd like to call up the next president of AJPA, Ami Eden.
Thank you, Ellen, for everything. When they, last year, I said it's ridiculous. Last year, I said before the conference, it's ridiculous. We are the only awards show that doesn't have an opening monologue. So Ellen said, okay, Ami, and let me do an opening monologue. What she didn't tell me was that the condition of doing that would be that I have to be the next president. But I'm still doing an opening monologue, so buckle up. No, I wanted to say it's been pretty crazy in New York. So I really want to thank all the out-of-town people. Everyone keeps asking me if things are as bad as it seems from the outside. Am I doing okay? Do I feel safe walking around in such, an identifiable way? To be honest, it's pretty bleak. But I'll tell you this. I'm not going to cower. I'm not going to hide. However bad it gets, I'm going to proudly wear my Sixers Crocs. The one silver lining, if the Knicks win the NBA championship, God forbid, is that all the annoying New York fans in my life are going to end up with Mayor Mamdani at their parade after all. Anyhow, it's been a crazy stretch, but there was one particularly strange day a few weeks back. Just imagine, this is how I think about it, like the Flintstones with the little birdies and the appliances. Like, picture the search engines and the algorithms. I think of their like little nano men who are like doing the work. And one of them looks up from their desk and asks the other guys on the shift, is it just me? Or are there a whole bunch of Jews asking some really funky questions about dogs? No? No? All right. People have been angry at the New York Times for years, but this is different. I've never seen people so pissed off. People are really upset. Everyone is saying, how could the Times publish such a crazy claim? You don't have to be a dog expert to know that it isn't even possible. The awkward part is that deep down, each and every one of those people is thinking the same thing. But if anyone could figure out how to get a dog to do that, it would be the Israelis. Here's the thing, though. Let's just say there were some Israelis who figured out how to do this. Wouldn't it be like the inventors of Waze or the Iron Dome, as opposed to, say, Itamar Ben-Gvir and a bunch of knucklehead prison guards? And if this were true, Ben-Gvir would be taking credit. He'd be out campaigning with a T-shirt and a picture of himself and the dog. Bark up nation. Anyhow, all the Jewish groups, the Israeli officials, the influencer, they've been going about this all wrong. Instead of sharing Gevalt, they should be spreading the rumor that Israel did it by injecting the dog with the COVID vaccine. Then see how quickly the New York Times would retract the story. Switching gears. Okay. Switching gears. I'm starting to think President Trump isn't going to win that Nobel Peace Prize. But honestly, even the Abraham Accords are nothing compared to what Ellen Futterman and Craig Burke have pulled off. They got the CEO of JTA and the managing editor of JNS to serve together as president and first vice president of AJPA. Every time an important decision comes up, Karen Smilk will immediately say, the choice is 100% clear. And if you disagree, you hate Israel and the Jewish people. Meanwhile, no matter how long we discuss it, I'll end up saying, do we really need to decide? Who's to say which option is best? Sounds fun. Thanks, Ellen and Craig. Speaking of the president, did you see that Trump was bragging that he's so popular in Israel he could run for prime minister? He's right. He'd probably win. And it's actually a good idea. Just imagine, Tucker Carlson might finally give Trump credit for starting the war. Can I be honest, though? All I do now is listen to Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. I don't read any of your papers. Your stuff is too depressing. It's all about the anti-Semitism, how bad everything is for the Jews. On the other hand, when I listen to Tucker and Candace, the Jews are in charge of everything. We're calling all the shots. We're even telling Trump what to do. Chabad is like a modern-day Harriet Tubman, digging underground railroads across the country. The really messed up part about Tucker, Candace, the New York Times, why make all this stuff up? There's so much material that's actually true. Okay, this one's a little New Yorky, but hopefully it works. Here's the one that really gets to me. Just 30 miles north of here in Muncie is a place called Evergreen. It is truly amazing. It's like one of the 8 wonders of the Jewish world. It's an all-kosher grocery store. Not one of those little dumpy places in the Midwest that no matter how long it's been around looks like a pop-up store. I'm talking about a full-sized kosher grocery store. And here's the thing. Between here and Evergreen, there are 173 regular grocery stores. You know what each of them has? A kosher section. Why doesn't Evergreen have a treif section? It doesn't have to be big. It can be just as small and hard to find as the kosher section in a regular grocery store with the same ridiculous products, just the goyish versions. Spam, ham hocks, scrapple, all in packaging that looks like it's from the 1950s. As a Jew, it offends me that a non-Jew who walks into Evergreen right now in June cannot find a canned Christmas ham. Thank you.
Thank you, Shecky. Before we get started with our first group of awards, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors include, and we appreciate, 70 Faces Media, ADL, AFMDA, American Technion Society, Blue Light Strategies, Center for Jewish History, Fake Brains, Friends of IDF, Hadassah, JDC, JNF, JNS, more acronyms, Manischewitz, Met Council, Morris Family Foundation, Mid-Atlantic Media, Nefesh B'Nefesh, Rocketfish PR, Steinrich Communications, Twin Sons, Visit Malta, Voices for Truth and Humanity, West End, YIVO Institute for Jewish Research, and Zaka Search and Rescue. This evening, I'd also like to give special recognition to past AJA presidents that are here in attendance. Please stand and wave. Ellen Smason, Craig Burke, and Deborah Rubin. Now I'd like to call up Ellen Smason for the first group of awards.
So Ami had his shtick, and I have my suit, America 250. Now, it's hard to come up with a new suit every year. You know, everybody was expecting me to have a white suit, but I have a red, white, and blue suit in honor of America 250. And because he's my special guest tonight, I want to let everybody know that sitting at my table is the new chairman of the board of what used to be called the Boy Scouts of America, now called Scouting America, Ricky Mason. Ricky, if you'll just acknowledge, now, Ricky is not the first Jewish president of the Boy Scouts of America, now Scouting America. He is actually the chairman of the board of Scouting America and is the second Jewish president or chairman of the board. What happened was, in 1931, at a time when anti-Semitism was rising in this country and, of course, about to rear its ugly head in Europe, we had Mortimer Schiff, who was one of the original founders of Scouting, actually elevated from vice president to president. Now, on this very day, June the 4th, 1931, Mortimer Schiff, who had just been elected only 3 weeks before, took his last breath. And knowing that he was coming in afterwards and he had been elected about 3 weeks ago, I want Ricky to know that you are now about to break his record. And as of tonight, you will be the longest serving Jewish chairman of the board or president of the Boy Scouts of America. All right, let's get to the business at hand. Okay, just the headlines for the first time. Okay. Understood. I know what I'm supposed to do. I've been given my marching orders here. Category number 1, the Louis Rappaport Award for Excellence in Commentary, Division A weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Honorable mention, the Jewish Journal of Greater Boston. Second place, Intermountain Jewish News, Denver, Colorado. And first place goes to Washington Jewish Week, Columbia, Maryland, the conservative movement's crisis of meaning, the light we refuse to dim, in tribute to Thanksgiving by David J. Butler. Next on to Division B. Okay, I just did. Okay. The winner was David J. Butler. Magazines and monthly news. First place goes to Moment Magazine, Letty Cotton Pograbin. What did you just say to me? And tranquility will have to wait. The God I believe in now. Division C, web-based outlets, digital-only, website-only, and wire services. Honorable mention to the Forward Association. Second place to the Forward Association. And first place goes to J&S by Ruthie Bloom. Beware of feel-good fake and AI bloopers, Israel's brilliant handling of the flotilla affair, and the tragic naivete of liberal Jews. Category 2, Award for Excellence in Single Commentary, Division A weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Honorable mention, J, the Jewish News of Northern California. Second place, Jewish Standard out of River Edge, New Jersey. And first place goes to the Jewish Standard. This is Ruth Roth. His story ended, but mine continues. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention to Lilith Magazine. Second place, Moment Magazine. And first place, the Shalom Hartman Institute out of New York, New York. Yehuda Kurtzer and Our Fragile Tense Community, Consent, and Care. Division C, web-based outlets, digital-only, website-only, and wire services. Honorable mention, J&S. Second place, the Forward Association. And first place, 70 Faces Media. This is Hannah Castillo and Tal Luigi. We're Jews in Zoran Mandami's neighborhood. We love New York, but not like this. Again, by Asher Butler, Hannah Castillo, and Tal Luigi. Category 3, award for bi-weekly newspapers. Honorable mention, Jewish Independent out of Vancouver. Second place, the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle. And first place goes to the Jewish Journal of Greater Boston, Chavi Israel. We just went to the beach to monthly newspapers. Honorable mention, Ruth Ebenstein, Jerusalem ISR. Second place, Hadassah Magazine. And first place to Moment Magazine, Menachem Rosensaft. That's Joseph Rosensaft and the Displaced Persons Camp of Bergen-Belsen, Remembering My Father. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention, the Forward Association. Second place, 70 Faces Media. First place, 70 Faces Media, Claire E. Suffren. My Jewish family is proof that hope is worth mustering after terror cuts young lives short. Category 4, Award for Excellence in Editorial Writing. And all entries, by the way, competed in the same division. Honorable mention to the Baltimore Jewish Times. Second place, the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle. And first place to the Philadelphia Jewish Exponent Editorial Board. Settler extremists are undermining Israel, Ben Cohen's meltdown, and when genocide becomes politics. Category 5, the Boris Smolar Award for Excellence in Enterprise or Investigative Reporting, Division A weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. First place goes to the Jewish Journal of Greater Boston out of Salem, Massachusetts, Stephen Rosenberg, and A Time for War and a Time for Peace. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Second place to the Jewish Observer of Nashville, Tennessee. And first place goes to Lilith Magazine out of New York. Alice Sparberg Alexu, what does justice look like in a notorious Me Too case? Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention to JNS. Second place to the Forward Association. And first place to JNS. Andrew Bernard and Pentagon removing Israel planner from Joint Staff, launching probe after JNS scoop. Chief Israel planner at Pentagon bears Jewish state publicly, extensively. Again, Andrew Bernard. Category 6, Award for Excellence in News Reporting, Division A weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Honorable mention out of Houston, Texas, the Jewish Herald Voice. Second place from Teaneck, New Jersey, the expanded edition, the Jewish Link. And first place goes to Jay, the Jewish News of Northern California. And this is Emma Gross. And with wildfires untamed, anguish LA communities carry on with Jewish life. One more time. David Walensky, one more time. All right. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention, The Boiling Point out of Los Angeles, California. Second place, Moment Magazine out of Washington, D.C. And first place goes again to Moment Magazine. This is by the Moment staff. A statement about the May 21st, 2025 Washington, D.C. shooting from Moment Magazine editor-in-chief Nadine Epstein. Interview eyewitness JoJo Drake Kalin. Oh. Will I take a break now? Take a break. Okay. All right. So I quit. Was it me or was it her? Okay. Enjoy your meal. Did the chicken come out, by the way? Because Ricky and I are looking for some chicken right now. Okay, good. All right. All righty, everybody, we're going to start this process again. If we can get everybody's attention. If you win and you don't hear your voice announced, your name, you'll never know. All right, everybody, I'm going to tell everybody one more time. Please let me announce the names. And for those of you who are not familiar, if you know when this sign goes up, the mouth goes shut. There we go. Scout sign. All righty. We're going to start again with category number 6, Award for Excellence in News Reporting. Division A, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers, and I believe I've got this right now. Honorable mention goes to Judy Bluestein-Levin from the Jewish Herald Voice. Second place, the Jewish Link from Teaneck, New Jersey, Deborah Rubin. And then first place, Jay, the Jewish News of Northern California. Emma Goss with Wildfires, Untamed Anguish, LA Communities Carry On with Jewish Life. One more time, Emma Goss. Okay, Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention, The Boiling Point, Los Angeles, California, Sophie Katz. Second place, Moment Magazine, Wasim Abu Mahdi and Jacob Werschaffer. And first place to Moment Magazine, that's the Moment staff and editor-in-chief Nadine Epstein. All of the stories related to the Washington, D.C. shootings. Again, the Moment staff. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only and website only and wire services. Honorable mention to Shira Lee Bartoff, 70 Faces Meeting. Second place, the Forward Association, Lewis Keene. And first place to Jewish Philanthropy out of New York, and that's Jay Deicher and Judah Ari Gross. Atra study provides rare, caveated glimpse into the U.S. rabbinate, offering insight and concern. All right, category number 7. This is for the award for excellence in writing about social justice and humanitarian work. Divisions A, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Second place to Zoe Bell for Washington Jewish Week out of Columbia, Maryland. And first place to the St. Louis Jewish Light out of St. Louis, Missouri. Ellen Futterman, rabbi-led photo ID project helps fix Missouri's broken system. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention to Lilith Magazine, Chanel Dubovsky. Second place to Moment Magazine, Paul Goldberg. And first place to Moment Magazine, Learning to Dance Again by Ita Prince Gibson. Now Division C, this is the web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Second place to the Forward Association, Jay Michelson. And first place to 70 Faces Media, transgender Jews and their family search for safety as Trump takes aim at their rights by Asaf Aliyah Shalev. Category 8, Award for Excellence in Feature Writing. Division A, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Honorable mention to Jay, the Jewish News of Northern California, Alex Wall. Second place to Jay, the Jewish News of Northern California. This is Neva Ashkenazi. And first place to the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle, JCLP Guides Congregations Through Sustainability, Mergers, and Last Chapters by Deborah Weisberg. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention, Lilith Magazine, Lindsay Barnett, Sarah Seltzer, and Lauren Aliza Green. Second place, Moment Magazine, Dan Friedman. And first place to Hadassah Magazine, Mayan Hoffman, Let the Truth Come Out. Mayan is in Israel, and again, great work. She used to be a very close friend of mine. Just haven't seen her in a long time. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention, Ben Sales for 70 Faces Media. Second place to Nora Berman for the Forward Association. And first place to the Forward Association, Benjamin Cohen, a Jewish farmer, drove 600 miles to rescue a century-old synagogue. Now he's building a new one in a cornfield. Category 9, Award for Excellence in Art News and Features Reporting. Division A weekly and biweekly newspapers. Honorable mention to Deborah Weisberg for the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle. Second place to the Jewish Link out of Teaneck, New Jersey, Jeannie Rosenfeld. And first place to the Cleveland Jewish News, The Real Story Behind Superman by Casey Couch. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention to Judy Bolton Fassman out of Newton, Massachusetts, Lilith Magazine. Second place, Moment Magazine, Ron Campius. And first place to Hadassah Magazine, Songs in the Key of October 7th by Rachel Musleya. Now on to Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention to JNS, Arnell Botbol. And second place to JNS, Jonathan S. Tobin. And first place to the Canadian Jewish News out of Toronto, Ontario, Jonathan Rothman. Silent Tears, The Last Yiddish Tango, a new Canadian music project, gets Holocaust stories heard around the world. All right, I have two more to read. Category 10, Award for Excellence in Arts, Review and Criticism. Division A, weekly and biweekly newspapers. Honorable mention to Washington Jewish Week, Aaron Trudler. Second place, the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle, Emma Riva. And first place, the Washington Jewish Week, Lisa Traeger. Fiddler on the Roof wrestles with tradition, change at Signature Theater. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention, Moment Magazine, Carl Rollison. Second place, Hadassah Magazine, Robert Goldblum. And first place to Moment Magazine, Diane Bowles and the Secret Life of an Art Deco Diva. And we'll wind up this chunk with the Division C based outlets for web-based, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention to Julia M. Klein out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, from the Ford Association. Second place goes again to the Ford Association from Myra Fox. And first place, the Ford Association, Talia Zaks, and Searching for True Magic in a Broken World, All of Us Are Lost, even Cavalier and Clay. That'll end this first chunk of awards, and we'll take it away in just a little bit.
Okay, we're just going to take a little intermission, and there's some gifts and some thank yous we want to do. I want to present some gifts and thank yous to the following people for their efforts in planning this year's conference and their support of AJPA. Please come up when I call your name. Kevin Adelstein, Craig Burke, Ami Eden, Michael Geller, Lonnie Goldsmith, Faggy Holt, Lisa Hosteen, Bob Jacob, Robert Kern, Joanne Palmer, Steve Rabinovich, Marnie Raitt, Lisa Saphir, Rabbi Moti Seligson, Alan Smason, Karen Smilk, Celia Weintraub, and Ed Weintraub. Thank you so much for your help and support of this conference of AJPA. Yes, of course. Okay. Faggy, get in there. I don't see you. Come on. All right.
You gotta go to the flag. You gotta hold it.
Okay.
One more on this side. Here we go.
There you go. Okay, and then, thank you. And then every year, the president, which would be me, gets to give a volunteer of the year award. And this year, I'd like to present the AJPA Volunteer Award to Craig Burke. Craig leads our sponsorship committee, and he has done yeoman's work on getting sponsorships for the conference, and he's been doing it for a lot of years. And honestly, it's a thankless job, and he does it year after year, and he does it beautifully. He does have a great committee. I will say that as a member, but he really does spearhead it, and we appreciate it. So, Laura, Craig's award. Okay. And we'll get started on the next batch if that's okay with everybody. Ellen, did you read Division 11 or no? Okay. So, Division 11. Award for Excellence in Personality Profiles. Division A. Weekly and biweekly newspapers. Honorable mention. Baltimore Jewish Times by Aaron Trudler. Second place, Intermountain Jewish News, Denver, by Shana Goldberg. First place, Jewish Standard, A Survivor's Journey, by Joanne Palmer. Division B, Magazines and Monthly Newspapers. Honorable mention, Hadassah Magazine, by Adina Sussman. Second place, Hadassah Magazine, by Gary Rosenblatt. First place, the Canadian Jewish News. I want to make sure I was seen. A great many hopes are invested in Melissa Lantzman, by John Lorink. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only. Honorable mention, 70 Faces Media, Andrew Silo Carroll. Second place, 70 Faces Media, Andrew Lepin. First place, 70 Faces Media, Asav Ilya Shalev. Okay. Category 12, Award for Excellence in Special Sections or Supplements. All entries competed in the same division. Honorable mention, Lilith Magazine, Sibling Stories, by Aleph Wertheimer. Sarah S. Barenfield. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm not supposed to read all those. Sorry, but good job, Lilith. Second place, St. Louis Jewish Light, Embracing the City. First place, Jewish Link, Wine Guide. The Jewish Link, 5th Annual Wine Guide, by Elizabeth Kratz, Mikal Rosenberg, Moshe Kinderlitterer, and Mark Schwartz. Category 13, Award for Excellence in Writing About Healthcare, weekly and biweekly newspapers. Honorable mention, Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle, Adam Reinhartz. Second place, J, the Jewish News of Northern California, by Neva Ashkenazi and Leah Loeb. First place, Atlanta Jewish Times, Neurodiversity and Judaism, by Robert Garber. Division B, Magazines and Monthly Newspapers. Honorable mention, The Jewish Observer of Nashville, by Barbara Dabb. Second place, Jewish Action, by Rachel Schwartzberg. First place, Moment Magazine, Do Clowns Have the Power to Heal, by Josie Glasagoose. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Second place, JNS, by Judy Last Balint. And first place, 70 Faces Media, Here's Why Hospitals Ask Your Religion and Why Jews Shouldn't Be Afraid to Answer by Joseph Strauss. I'll be back. Category 14, Award for Journalistic Excellence in Covering Zionism, Aliyah, and Israel. Division A, weekly and biweekly newspapers. Second place, Intermountain Jewish News by Shana Goldberg. First place, J, the Jewish News of Northern California by Gabe Stutman. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention, Jewish Action. Told to Toby Klein Greenwald. Moti and Hannah Sender, as told by Toby Klein Greenwald. Second place, Hadassah Magazine by Mayan Hoffman. First place, B'nai B'rith Magazine by Yuri, A Dead Sea Journey, Biking Through the Negev by Uriel Hellman. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention, 70 Faces Media by Deborah Danan. Second place, The Forward Association by Rob Eshman. First place, 70 Faces Media, 2 years after October 7th shattered them. Israel Borders Kibbutzes Are Drawing New Dreamers by Deborah Danham. Category 15, Award for Excellence in Writing About Women, Division A, weekly and biweekly newspapers. Honorable mention, Ellen Futterman, that would be me. Second place, The Reporter by Ariel Ullman. First place, Jewish Standards, honoring Israel's heroine and artists by Joanne Palmer. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Second place, Melissa Peterson. First place, Hadassah Magazine by Gary Rosenblatt. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Second place, The Forward Association by Nora Berman. First place, The Canadian Jewish News by Lila Sarik. Category 16, Award for Excellence in Writing About Jewish Heritage and Jewish Peoplehood in Europe. Division A, weekly and biweekly newspapers. Honorable mention, The Jewish Press by Tzadik Kaplan. Second place, Washington Jewish Week by Zoe Bell. First place, Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle, Connecting Past and Present, a seminar, Bridges Jewish History Across Northern Europe, Observances and Observations, Seminar Spotlights, Villainous, Beneath Lativia's Soil, Stories Speak, by Adam Reinhardt. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention, Moment Magazine by Dan Friedman. Second place, Moment Magazine by Menachem Rosensoff. First place, B'nai B'rith Magazine. Yivo at 100, Preserving Ashkenazi Culture of the Past for the Present and Future by Beryl Benderly. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention, The Forward Association, New York by Olivia Hain. Second place, 70 Faces Media by Shira Lee Bartov. First place, JNS in Europe. Some Jews Move Hanukkah Menorahs Indoors by Kanan Ledor. Okay. Category 17, Award for Excellence in North American Jewish History. Division A, weekly and biweekly newspapers. Honorable mention, St. Louis Jewish Light by Jordan Palmer. Second place, the Detroit Jewish News Foundation by Mike Smith. First place, Jewish Independent, U.S. Long Interested in Mideast by Gil Zohar. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention, Jewish Action by Sandy Eller, Judy Grun, Mary Ukrinkik, Rachel Schwartzberg, and Carol Unger. Second place, Moment Magazine by Dan Friedman. First place, B'nai B'rith Magazine by Deborah Lynn Blumberg. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention, 70 Faces Media by Dan Fellner. Second place, 70 Faces Media by Andrew Lapin. First place, J&S, Norman Podhortz's Intellectual Journey and the Fate of American Jewry by Jonathan S. Tobin. Award for Excellence in Photography. All entries compete together. Honorable mention, Jewish Herald Voice by Judy Bluestein-Levin. Second place, J&S by Rena Castelnuovo. First place, J, The Jewish News of Northern California by Aaron Levy Wolins. Category 19, Award for Excellence in Interfaith Relations Reporting. All entries competed in the same division. Honorable mention, the Forward Association by Hannah Fuhrer. Second place, the Jewish Standard by Joanne Palmer. First place, Moment Magazine, Reimagining Home, Syrian Jews, Memories, and a Future of Peace by Khalid Lewell. Okay. Category 20, Excellence for Writing About Food and Wine. Division A, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Second place, Jewish Link by Joshua E. London. First place, J, The Jewish News of Northern California. Why Are Pickles Such a Big Hit with San Francisco Religious School Kids by Alex Wall. Magazines and monthly newspapers. Second place, Hadassah Magazine by Uriel Heilman. First place, The Canadian Jewish News by Caitlin Stolley Paquette. And web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. 70 honorable mention, 70 Faces Media by Joseph Strauss. Second place, The Forward Association by Sam Lynn Sommer. And first place, 70 Faces Media, from LA's Bo Rakas to NYC's Bubba, Israel Barakas, Enter the American Fast Food Mainstream by Rachel Ringler. Alan, I'm going to call you back up to bring it on home. Category 20.
Remember The Godfather 3? I keep trying to get out, but they keep bringing me back in. All right, here we go. Category number 21. Award for Excellence in Writing About Sports. Division A, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Honorable mention to the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle, Adam Reinhers. Second place to Washington Jewish Week, Aaron Trudler. And first place to the Jewish Exponent out of Melrose Park, Pennsylvania, Aaron Trudler. Mark Zernoff, looking beyond the bouncing ball and giving back. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention to the Jewish Observer of Nashville, Barbara Dabb. Second place, Hadassah Magazine, Barbara Sofer. And first place to Lilith Magazine, not another Barbara. This is Eileen Pollock, Skiing Through Sour Cream. All right, Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention, 70 Faces Media, Jacob Gervis. Second place, the Forward Association, Benjamin Cohen. And the first place to the Forward Association, Alter Shimon Yisrael Furman. Is this heaven or is it New Jersey? 9 innings of the Jewish American pastime. Category number 22, the Award for Excellence in Writing About Seniors. Division A, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Honorable mention goes to the Jewish Link and Ellie Wolf. Second place to the St. Louis Jewish Light, Ellen Futterman. And first place to the Intermountain Jewish News out of Denver, Larry Hankinen, Dr. Esther Mizrahi. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Second place goes to Hadassah Magazine, Hillary Danilova. How about first place for that? Jewish Action, the Orthodox Union, Nechama Carmel, My Journey with Dementia by Wally Klatch, as told to Nechama Carmel. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention to the Forward Association, Lauren Hakimi. Second place to JNS, Karen Smilk. And first place to 70 Faces Media, Andrew Lapin. Trump's Social Security Administration cuts are hurting Holocaust survivors, advocates say. Category number 23, the award for excellence in business reporting, trends. All entries, by the way, competed in the same division. Honorable mention first to 70 Faces Media, Rachel Ringler. Second place to Jewish Action from the Orthodox Union, Rachel Schwartzberg. And first place to Hadassah Magazine, Fermenting a Comeback by Uriel Heilman. Now on to Category 24, the award for excellence in news obituaries. Divisions A and B, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers, magazines, and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention to the Jewish Standard, Joanne Palmer, Goodbye, Captain America. Second place, Jewish Exponent, Ellen Bronstein. And the first place goes to the Jewish Herald Voice out of Houston, Texas, Matt Samuels. Community remembers longtime Emmanuel Rabbi Roy Walder. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention to JNS, Karen Smilk. Second place to Chabad.org, David Margolin. And first place to the Ford Association, Benjamin Cohen. They met at synagogue in 1961. They were buried together at Arlington National Cemetery in 2025. This is their story. Let's move on to category number 25. This is the award for excellence in writing about politics and government. Divisions A and B, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers, magazines, and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention to the Cleveland Jewish News, Casey Couch. Second place, J, the Jewish News of Northern California, Emma Goss. And first place goes to Gabe Stutman. Representative Ro Khanna says he supports Zionism in exclusive interview on Jewish issues. Again, J, the Jewish News of Northern California. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Second place to 70 Faces Media, Ami Eden. First place goes to the New Mexico Jewish Journal, Bobby Green Kilberg, the inside story of the return of Blue Lake to Taos Pueblo. Category number 26, the award for excellence in education reporting. Division A, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Honorable mention to the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle, Adam Reinhertz. Second place to the Cleveland Jewish News, Casey Couch. And first place to the Jewish Exponent out of Philadelphia. This is a number of stories by Andrew Gux, Jared Safran, Mia Resenkow, Braden Hamelin, and Dan Joseph. You can check it out at the Jewish Exponent. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. First place to the Boiling Point out of Los Angeles, Ayala Katz. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Second place to 70 Faces Media, Jackie Hajdenberg. And first place to the Canadian Jewish News out of Toronto, Mitchell Konsky, BDS on Canadian campuses, what has been achieved in the months since 2024's summer of unrest. Category number 27, the award for excellence in writing about anti-Semitism. Division A, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. Honorable mention to the Cleveland Jewish News, David Hertz. Second place to the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle, Toby Tabachnik. And first place Braden Hamelin from the Jewish Exponent, Online Anti-Semitism, What It Looks Like, What to Do. All right. Rounding it up, Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention, the Jewish Observer of Nashville, Barbara Dabb. Second place, the Jewish Observer of Nashville, again, Barbara Dabb. And first place goes to the Shalom Hartman Institute out of New York, Shaul Kiner, American Anti-Zionism. Finally, now, Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention to the New Mexico Jewish Journal, Ellen Marks. Second place to Chabad.org and Mendel Super. Okay. And then first place to the Ford Association. That's Mira Fox and the podcasters making anti-Semitism Christian again. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude our do we have more chunks? We have more chunks? Okay. All right. I didn't see any more. Guess what? It's called what we call in New Orleans Lagniappe. A little bit more. All right. Category number 28, the Award for Excellence in Writing About Jewish Thought and Life, Division A weekly and biweekly newspapers. Honorable mention goes to Daniel Stein from the Jewish News of Northern California, J. Second place goes to Rabbi Moshe Tarragon, the Jewish Link, expanded edition. And first place to the Jewish Standard, Joanne Palmer, Learning from Our History. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. Honorable mention to Lilith Magazine, Samantha Rosenthal. That's G. Samantha Rosenthal. Second place, Hadassah Magazine, Shira Stutman. And first place again to Hadassah Magazine, Hillary Danilova, Sacred Collaboration. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention to J&S, Elgar Lefkowitz. Second place, 70 Faces Media, Jackie Hashdenberg. And first place to the Ford Association, Benjamin Cohen, a Jewish farmer, drove 600 miles to rescue a century-old synagogue. Now he's building a new one in a cornfield. Category 29, Award for Excellence in Writing About Young Families and People. Division A, weekly and biweekly newspapers. Second place, the Pittsburgh Jewish Chronicle, Adam Reinhertz. And first place to the Jewish Standard, Lori Fine, Little Gorilla Learns to Read. Division B, magazines and monthly newspapers. First place to Hadassah Magazine, Ilana Kirshen, Reading and Rereading. Category number 30, Award for Excellence in Podcasting. And by the way, all entries competed in the same division. Honorable mention to the Shalom Hartman Institute. This will be for Jessica Fisher, Marital Friedman, Tessa Zitter, and Josh Allen. Second place to Emma Goss and Lonnie Goldsmith for J, the Jewish News of Northern California. And first place to the American Jewish Committee out of New York, Architects of Peace by Manya Brachir Pashman, Atara Lakritz, T.K. Broderick, Sean Savage, and John Schweitzer. Category 31, the Award for Excellence in General Newsletters. All entries competed in the same division, and the first place goes to 70 Faces Media, Grace Yeagle, Hey Almas, a weekly pop culture digest. Category number 32, the Award for Outstanding Accomplishments, Best Freelancer. All entries competed in the same division, and I'd like to announce that the first place goes to Andrew Silverstein out of New York. Published by the Ford Association. Waiting online on Christmas is a time-honored New York tradition. Was it ever thus? How a Jewish mother from Flatbush became America's most recognizable Italian on TV, and I've seen the future of America. Category 33, the Award for Outstanding Accomplishments, Graphic Artist. All entries competed in the same division. Second place goes to Moment Magazine, Erica Cash. And first place goes to 70 Faces Media, Avital Dayanin, Hey Alma's Guide to Anti-Semitism, Finding a Sephardic Jewish Community, Changed My World, and the Nosher's Ultimate Lotke Guide. Category 34, the Michael Steinberg Award for Excellence in Writing About Jewish Philanthropy. All entries competed in the same division. Honorable mention to the Jewish Observer of Nashville, Tennessee, Barbara Dabb. Second place to 70 Faces Media, Asaf Aliyah Shalev. And first place to E-Jewish Philanthropy, Jay Deitcher, 25 years after launching the now shuttered Joshua Venture, still making waves through Jewish world. All right, on to category 35, the Mark Klein Award for Excellence for Best Use of Interactive Media. All entries competed in the same division. Honorable mention goes to Eli Katzoff out of Newton, Massachusetts, published by the Times of Israel. Second place to Eli Katzoff, again published by the Times of Israel. And first place, Moment Magazine, Sarah Breger and Eli Katzoff, A Protected Presence, 24 Hours in the West Bank. Category 36, the Award for Excellence Publication Design. All entries competed in the same division. Honorable mention to B'nai B'rith Magazine out of Washington, Simeon Montesa and the B'nai B'rith staff. Second place to the Canadian Jewish News, Carol Moscott. And first place to Lilith Magazine, Lindsay Barnett, Spring 2025. And now category 37, the Award for Excellence in Short Form Video, Division B, Monthly Magazines and Newspapers. First place goes to Moment Magazine. This is The Nazi Wars on Jazz by Andrew Michaels. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. Honorable mention, Eli Katzoff out of Newton, Massachusetts, published by the Times of Israel. Second place to the Ford Association, Benjamin Cohen and Andy Carvin. And first place, once again, to the Ford Association, Jake Wasserman and Olivia Haney. These artists are keeping memories of pre-war Poland alive through mezuzah traces. And now on to our final categories. Category number 38, the wild card category, Award for Excellence in Short Form Writing. All divisions competed in the same category. Second place, Hadassah Magazine, Jordana Bernani. And then first place, again, Hadassah Magazine, Saving the Rabbinic Library of Izmir by Avi Dressner. And our final category, the wild card category, Award for Excellence in Long Form Writing. Division A, weekly and bi-weekly newspapers. First place, The Jewish Standard, Joanne Palmer, The Ball Dreams of the Sky. Division B, monthly newspapers and magazines. Second place to B'nai B'rith Magazine, Uriel Hauman and Simeon Montesa. And first place, once again, to Moment Magazine, The New Christian Right, Anti-Semitism, and U.S. Democracy by Tom Gelton. Division C, web-based outlets, digital only, website only, and wire services. This is our final category, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable mention to 70 Faces Media out of New York, Asaf Aliyah Shalev. Second place goes to the Ford Association, Benjamin Cohen. And then the first place, Chabad.org, Moishenu, Mazel Tov, newly engaged. And he waited all night to find out that he had won first place for the Heroes of Bondi Beach by Moishenu. Again, engaged now to Rosie Hecht. Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind everybody we have a camera here to take your picture. Tonight, if you'd like to have a picture holding up your award, we have Marty Eisenberg, who's right at this table. He will take your picture on the camera, and we'll have it for posterity. If you'd like to have your picture taken, please line up in an orderly fashion. One other item. We'd like to have all of the people who are winners tonight to please stay so we can have one big group picture with everybody after the individual pictures are taken. So we're going to ask you to please stay as long as you can, and then we'll have all the pictures of all the individuals
and then all the people who've won awards who will stay as long as they can. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that, if anybody wants to come up and meet Ricky Mason from Scouting America, I'm sure he would like to engage with you as best you can right now. Laura, anything else we need to do? All right, let's get those photos taken. Please be careful. Do not touch the AJPA step and repeat. It's on very shaky ground right now. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, New York. The Big Apple does it again.